I'm Malti Holla, a bank manager professionally, a social activist, and a parathlete. Um, I got this poliomyelitis when I was just 14 months old, paralyzed down to neck. Only my neck was functioning till I was 5 years old. My mother used to carry me on her shoulder, catching 2 to 3 buses from one corner to other corner in Bangalore to get me the electric shock treatment for continuously for 2 to 3 years. Later part, my upper part of my body became all right, and I was admitted in one of the hospitals in Chennai. I was there for almost 15 long years, undergoing 33 surgeries. And when I came back to in Bangalore for my higher studies, I joined in one of the college here. All my classes were in the third floor. I was walking with caliper and crutches that time. I was not able to attend my classes, though I wanted to become a doctor. We came back to Bangalore with great ambition, great passion, but the so-called circumstances didn't allow me to do all this. Then I came to, I was very grumbling, and I told my Papa, I don't want to continue my education because everyone is looking like me an alien, and everybody is sympathizing me. I'm not able to fulfill my dreams and ambitions. My father, is a middle class gentleman, and he has not studied well. And he said, "Look, child, this is your world. You have to accept what you are first. You're a disabled person. First, you accept it. Don't expect people to come and knock your door and ask what you want. Instead of that, why don't you go and knock their doors and make them to understand what you want? Life becomes a little bit more easier for you. Who knows that?" Then very next day, I gone to my college and requested my principal. And very next day, she shifted all my classes to the ground floor. That was a transformation in my life. Till such time, I was totally filled with top to bottom, with the inferiority complex. Because whoever comes and talk to me, whoever comes and say hi to me, I used to look at them in a very negative attitude. But later on, till today, of course, I've forgotten the meaning for the inferiority complex, and probably forgotten the spelling for the impossible, because I'm the happiest woman on the earth till today now. Why I'm telling this is because life becomes, we all grumble for one or the other things. Whatever is there, whatever is given to us, the Almighty has showered upon all the blessings on us, but still we grumble. For what? When you are not authorized to change the world, you are not authenticated to grumble for what you don't get from the world. Everything is in us. You have a beautiful life. You have a beautiful family. You have a beautiful look. You have a very gracious living in society. And when you cannot keep yourself happy, when you cannot live for others for at least one day in a month, and what for we are living in this society, isn't it? In that way we have to live. What else we can give back to the society? That is most important. I always feel that we have to give back to the society what we got from it, no matter how and when, because we have only one life. You got to enjoy. You have to live for this moment. At least in a month, at least one day, if you live for others, I think that will give you most satisfaction in your life. According to me, I don't want to chase the word success at all. The success should chase us. In one fine day, it should bow his head with failure that, oh my God, you're too irresistible. I've given whatever I had in me, but still you want it. I have nothing to do, and I have nothing to give to you. So this is your way. You have to live on your own. In that way, you have to live, because the society is like a mirror. It reflects our own images, our own attitude. If we look into that so gracefully, so ambitiously, it will give back to us, no matter how painful it is. Look at me. I'm a disabled person. I so happily, I so admirably, I so God, so happily I accept it, because minute part of my body is disabled. Rest everything is fantastic and phenomenal. My confidence is not paralyzed. My determination is not paralyzed. My self-respect and self-beliefs are not paralyzed. Above and everything, my ambitions and my dreams are not paralyzed. As long as these icons are in us, definitely we are the happiest people in the world. We should not become slave to these icons, the time and circumstances. After all, we create this, isn't it? Because every problem has a solution. This is my problem to come to this podium. That is my solution, how you come inside. You have to find the solution for your own problem, isn't it? Because you are the creator of your own destiny. In that way, I live. As I told you, I'm the happiest person on the earth. Because I always, wherever I go, I take this very true incident, wherever I go and give this talk. Once a black lady was celebrating her birthday in South Africa. She's a very rich woman. Everybody was coming and greeting her with a gift and all. Her maid's son, who's also a black boy, a 7 and 8 year old boy, he was standing in the corner and enjoying this scenario. Out of curiosity, even he wanted to go and give this small gift to his ma'am. He went and wrapped the small gift and gave to his ma'am, and she just stared at him and threw this gift into the dustbin. She started shouting at him, "How dare you come and give me the gift? Go and stand in the corner and wait till the end. Everything is over. So whatever is left out, eat and go." The child was so humiliated, so humiliated. He went to the seashore and he was just crying for his fate. Being born in a poor family, that was his not problem. Being born as a black in a color, that was his not problem. Then why the society is criticizing him? One balloon vendor was selling all the balloons, attracting the crowd, He just blew the air and the yellow color balloon went up, the red one went up, the blue and then white and all. Again, out of curiosity, the boy goes to the balloon vendor and asks, "Uncle, do you have the black color balloon also?" The vendor says, "Yes, child, I have. I want to see whether it goes up or not." He says, "Yes." Then he blew the air and the black color balloon also went up. The child feels so happy. Then the balloon vendor says that, "Beta, balloon is not going up. Inside the air is taking the balloon up." That gives a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration to the boy. And later on, he went on to become Dr. Nelson Mandela. Why I'm telling you this? It doesn't matter how beautiful we look to the world. How long the beauty will be on our body? Tell me. How long? A few years. Or in traffic like Bangalore, if any vehicle comes and bangs you, your beauty is smashed. It all matters how world look at us beautifully. No matter whether disabled or abled, you're a tall or short, you're a white complexion or black complexion, blah, 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 whatever. Isn't it? Whether each and everyone has the potential, each and everyone are disabled here. The small difference is mine is visible like a postcard. Many of us here, sitting here, who knows they are envelope. Isn't it? So that's why the life has to come. We have only one life, You got to give back to the society. So you have to make your footprints behind you. If not for the rest of the world, where we are not authenticated and authorized to change the world, who are we? Each and every one has our own lifestyle, living our own responsibilities, our own commitments and capacities, isn't it? Instead of that, if you change yourself, then look into the world. The world is so colorful. It's just waiting for us to hug it. That's all. I'm doing it that way only because I feel that my disability is my God gift. My disability is my consistence. My disability is my weapon. More than everything, my disability is my dream. That's the way I'm sitting as a very gorgeous queen on my wheelchair. I don't call it as a wheelchair. It's my chariot. One fine day I was just thinking, am I not a selfish person? What I'm giving back to the society, what I'm doing to the society, then it came into my mind that I'm not here to change the entire world. My own community, my own disabled fraternity, if I bring hope and smile on one child face, my life should be or will be fulfilled. Likewise, we started Matru Foundation with two children, and today I'm a proud mother of 23 children. And here we do take care of very disabled, very vitally disabled children who are mainly part from the rural area of our state or Karnataka, whatever that, and we do give them the education, medical assistance, and shelter and food. So it's a non-profitable NGO, and I don't want my NGO to jump and reach the high. Since it is the NGO for the disabled people, it should cripple slowly, step by step. It should reach the height, because I always feel that the more and more you accept your failure, the more and more you bend and accept your failure, the more and more it makes you to stand steady and convert or win those failures into achievements and success. Thank you.